Greetings to you.
Hello, greetings to you.
Hello. Nice to see you too. You see, I'm in the house and we have clock with us. It will make some sounds every half an hour. Nice to see you. Hey kids. Hello. So, and you say it is good for you to make the interview? It is okay? Okay.
It is okay.
Okay, yes. Oh yeah, we had yesterday. We had also a lot to do, a lot of offline work with us, and I'm very happy to have your video there.
Yes. Today I'm going to talk about how how to overcome the challenges in our project.
That's
So those main issues which we face mostly. First of all, I'll introduce myself. I'm Mukara Charity, Director of Cry for Help Children's Ministry Uganda. I'm going to talk about how these young kids face a challenge because they don't have pads. These kids, young girls who go in their periods, face a big challenge when they go to school because their fellow friends who have not yet received them tend to disturb them, and they feel shy because they don't have something which can support them. For them not to for maybe that blood not to be on their skirts.
Yeah.
They face a lot of challenge, and there are so many kids who drop out from school due to such situations they face. For example, there are two kids I know. They are not in the ministry here, but outreach. I go outside in those poor families. I check on those kids because they dropped out of school because I have to give them some advice to go back and study. The challenge they told me is that they laugh at them because they don't have pads and they cannot afford to buy pads for themselves. So it's also a big challenge to them. That's the reason why they dropped out of school, and they can keep themselves at home without feeling shy from their friends at school. Yes. You find that if I get some support, I'll be moving school to school to teach about those kids, the good thing about studying and how to use those pads such that it will help them, and they can even teach their young ones. I mean their sisters who are young how they can overcome that problem when they reach such stages. And another challenge we would like to overcome is the challenge of clean water. The challenge of clean water.
But Charity, can I ask you before you go into the next challenge? Do I understand right? There's also a problem that the family, the parents, do not see the effort of education. Did I get this right? Or
some parents,
we are together.
So many parents here educated and they never went to school, so don't know anything about. They don't even feel that. Let me say that hard of their kids going to school. We just put them into their minds that these kids have to go to school.
Mhm.
But for them, their their interest is seeing their kids there with them
Mhm.
to help around with the work, maybe going to garden and help out, to maybe to cultivate and dig what they can eat at home.
Mhm.
So parents from Africa here, most especially here in the villages, they find it a wastage of time.
Yeah.
When their kids go to school, they think they are spending there a lot of time instead of helping them out here. Instead of them helping them, they find it as useless for their kids to go to school.
Yeah.
So we just I just try to help them and tell them the good thing which is in studying,
Mhm.
and when their kids study, how they will be successful in life
Mhm.
and how they will be useful to the world, like that. That's how I support them. But in most cases here, they don't see studying as something very so special. They just take it for granted.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes,
I understand. Yeah. Okay. There is a connection to the other projects because some of the projects had also every time challenges with the families and the parents not to let the kids into the school, right?
yes. Because in so many times you find that the police chases when the police comes around, chases those kids to go to school, and maybe imprisons those parents who don't want to take their kids to school. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
the police
Hmm?
won't
They
won't be
want
there all the
to-
time forcing those people to take their kids to school.
yeah. Yeah.
But
Jerry, it's okay. My nephew is coming. He's coming from kindergarten, and I
uh,
should keep care that he's not in the video, not in the internet for eternity, right? That's why I need to. But Pascal, she's arranging it. Yeah. Okay. It's okay. Please. He, yeah. Follow
okay,
your
so
thoughts.
the police won't always be on their case to
Mm-hmm.
bring those kids to school.
Mm-hmm.
The police may come in, for example, once in a while. But for me, I have that heart. I care for them. I always go and tell them to go to school. When others face challenges, you can even take them to school and they refuse. Sometimes they come back home. So it is a challenge and they face it hard.
Yeah.
Um, when they and when they get that challenge of not having pads, and it becomes another challenge, which becomes worse again for them to go to school.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Understand. I understand. Yes, of course. It is very different in your situation than here in Europe, especially in Germany, because we have a very strict law that every child needs to go to school because the government yeah they solved this problem to force all parents to bring the kids to school, that there's no leak of, that there's no possibility that the families keep the kids at home and not letting them go to school. That's why it's very different for us here.
Yes, which is not the case here. When they push you and you refuse, they just leave you. And some parents find it so they are interested in that thing because they see they cannot. They see some of their kids are growing so fast
Hmm.
and force them to go to school. So they take advantage and take them to gardens to help them in gardens. They sometimes get advantage of that
Hmm.
and force them into early marriages, like that. So when of course when kids do not go to school,
Mhm.
they find they find a solution for him. For marriage,
To
when he's a boy,
hi, the rest of the family. Yes. Okay.
yes,
Please tell what you want to tell. I try to take the laptop, not to have him into the picture. You know. Yes.
okay, yes. And for that reason, that's why I come in and say that we should help those kids also have future in there, because when they study, those are the generation of tomorrow. They are the future presidents, they are the future pastors, and other important people in the world.
Yeah. Of
So
course.
you find that support those younger girls with pads. For example, when we get support and we help them with pads, not only those people but also the other 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 girls here in Cry for Help Children's Ministry, they also need that support of getting pads. Yes.
And pads, please help me. What does it mean exactly? I'm not sure if I get it. What does it mean?
Pads, sanitary pads.
You mean shoes or no?
No,
No.
I mean those when they go in menstruation periods.
Yeah, yeah. I understand for the girls.
Yes, for the girls.
I understand. I understand. Yes, of course. Of course. Yeah. I know what you're speaking about. Yeah. This
Yes,
thank you to speak about this very special issue, because it is sometimes it's incredible for our people here that this can be a challenge. That's why I was thinking about this, but I was not sure if I understand it in that way, because it is sometimes it's how you call it, yes, this is the watch. It's the clock. Yeah, sometimes it's not the people cannot imagine that this can be a challenge, because it is so normal for us that everybody can buy this for some cents. It is very very cheap, and that's why I thank you that you
yes,
speak about
that is
this.
a very big challenge here to the young kids here in Uganda. It's a very big challenge because it stops even kids to go to school. Younger girls, they fear to express themselves when they're in periods. They cannot move. So when they reach those hard times,
Yeah.
others go to school, others drop out from school completely, others don't go back to school, others feel shy because they really start when they are too young. They start going in periods when they are still young this side. Yes.
And which
But
age?
see
Which,
that
which age is it? In which age they start?
age of 12 years, others 12 years, 13 years and above, like that. So it
Yeah,
depends. Others start early, while others start at 15, 14. So it depends on
yeah. But it is,
someone.
yeah,
Yes,
it is in the school time, right? In the
yes,
school years, yeah, of course.
yes. And sometimes when they reach those stages, they think they are mature or they think they are ready for marriages, which is not the case. Nani alikuongea? Basirike. So they think they are ready for marriages, which is not right. And maybe other parents, they have a belief that when young girls go to when they go in menstruation periods, it's the right time for them to get married, which is
Mhm.
not that.
Yeah,
Those kids, they are so still young and they need support in that issue of sanitary pads. Yes.
of course. What I remember is there is a movie. It's called Padman. Do you know this?
No.
No, I think I will send you, I will put the link into the description of the video here, because it is about a man in India, also in India, of course, and he had so much issues also in those religion topics, in those cultural background battles there, because as I understood, he wanted to help only his wife, and then they start to have a own business, and it goes all over the country, that they help the women, that they can make their own pets to become free and not to stay in the houses and not be a part of the community life, right? And he also told about that I think they miss 2 months in a year because they are not allowed to go into the community and stay at home and cannot be involved in the normal social life, right? And I think it is the same for you, that the kids are dropped out because of this issues there.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I will send the link. The point is, I found it only in Hindi. I never found the movie in English, but maybe somebody knows there is an English subtitle. I only watch it in Hindi, and I can no word in Hindi, but you can follow the story and you see what is it about, and it's also a very awesome video. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was about. And the other issue I was talking about, of the other challenge that we want to overcome is getting clean water.
Mm-hmm.
I earlier talked about it that around here we only have one community borehole, and it supplies the whole village.
Ah, yeah.
And I find that when it breaks down, we really struggle a lot to get clean water.
Mm-hmm.
And I've written to so I written a proposal to one project which is called Clean Water, but they have not yet responded to me.
Yeah.
And I find that when we get clean water around here, it would be really safe for us and secure for these kids to take water, and it won't even we won't even paying other charges of getting clean water. That is, when we be with our borehole here, we
Mm-hmm.
can even be helping.
So now we have a short delay here, short freeze, but this is normal for our charity video challenges. We will see if Charity can come back. I know that she had a less amount of money for the data, because at the moment they really need to care to take all the money for the food for the kids there. And maybe we have the situation here that the data is off, but we will see. Yes, dear followers and friends. Oh yeah, it looks like she's not able to stay here. Maybe it was the end of data. I will see if she's writing me something, but I think I should close up here those topic. And I know it is very something impossible for us to imagine that this can be a topic that children cannot go to school because of those pet problem. I think it is a pet problem, and I know I used to become aware of this at the Sense camp in Berlin. There is a Sense Camp in Berlin, and I will also put the link there that we can bring it together here. And there were some women, they also talked about the importance to help and to support these countries, and especially to empower girls and women, and also non-profit projects. And maybe this is a very good idea for Cry for Help, that they could implement this also to have some income by themselves, because they started to make workshops, and it becomes little factories, little businesses, and sometimes also for support in non-profit and in non-profit organizations, that they start to make reusable pets and to sell them, because yeah, it is a very big issue that the girls and the families, the women in these countries are not used to care for themselves, and there are beliefs behind that they and not only that they are unhealthy, they also believe there is evil, and they are not allowed to go into groups, into the families, into the community, because they feel really like evil, and they are not able to get to care for themselves, like we are used to say, okay, what about sometimes we don't recognize that we have our period, because yeah, it is totally normal for us to be involved in the community, into the social life, to go to work, to go to school, everything. And this is totally different in these countries. And I'm very happy that Charity spoke about this. And so we will see if there can build some connections to help the project there, especially the kids, especially the girls. And maybe this is also a solution and not only a problem. Maybe this challenge is there to say, okay, this is also a very awesome income stream for the project. To speak about this with the girls, to learn the boys. This is nothing you need to be sad about, or you need to feel bad about this. This is nature. This is awesome that women have the ability to renew every month, and to clean up themselves, and to become how you call it, to be able to become mothers, right? And to be the not the heart, but the essence, the core of the population, and really appreciate this ability, and to say, okay, these days they are very important, and the girls should be safe. They should be honored for these abilities to become a woman, and to become mothers, and all the things. And that's also very important, that the boys are get knowledge of this, and behave different than the cultural backgrounds. Sometimes they're not the best for the society, especially for the relation between the sexes, right? And yeah, I think it would be awesome when the kids there in Cry for Help ministry, they learn a totally different understanding and behavior with this totally normal, healthy skills of human beings. And yeah, I think we will follow this tomorrow, because today it seems it's not able to stay in contact. Yeah, I even have no message here. That means they are really out of data. And yeah, I think we should follow this today, and we will see if there's some new thought or some questions. Please, if you have questions to this, if you don't understand something, if you want to learn more about this so-called, I think it is a period poverty. Yeah, I think the right term is period poverty, that girls and women in some cultures really have less quality of life. They have less time than boys and men, because they need to live far away from their families, from the society. And that's why some organizations keep care about to empower women and girls not to miss these months in their life. And if you count how many times this is, then you know that girls and women really miss lifetime, not to feel the same like the others, not to feel safe, and especially not to feel honored for the for the ability of their bodies. What does it mean to be a girl, to be a woman, and to become a mother, right? So I think I pointed out enough, and for today we make a stop here, and we will see what's coming up of this tomorrow. Thank you for your time.